Hello guys, welcome once again. In this video, I will show you how to use TreeView control with your Visual Basic Windows Form application. I have already created a sample project and I have taken a button and I have changed its text to add node. Now I will go to my toolbox and I will search for the TreeView and drag and drop into my form. So this is a TreeView and I drag and drop into my form. Okay, and if you want you can change the name of this tree view to your desired name, but I will leave it as default, which is tree view 1. Now I will select this button and I will double click it, and in here I have two lines of code already written, which is I have declared a string variable which is n, and I'm taking input from an input box and I'm transferring or assigning this input to this n. So right now when I run the program and when I press this add node, it asks me uh, as an input box what I want to enter, and when I click OK, it assigns what I have entered to this n variable. Okay, so write these two lines of code to initialize the input box. Now to add a node to a tree, we will write first of all the name of our tree view, which is tree view 1, right? Tree view 1 dot nodes, because we are adding the nodes, right? Dot add. Okay, so add node, and what are we going to add here? There are two arguments basically which this add takes. First is the key of this of the tree view node. So for example, I'm going to give the key whatever I enter in the input box, right? So I will pass this n as a first argument, and as a second argument also you can see it here. If you have this description, this is taking key as a string and text as a string. So second argument is a text as a string. Okay, and right now I'm taking the key and text as same so we don't get confused. And now when I run the program and when I click this add button and I add some text, for example some name, and once again some name, and once again some name, so it adds as a node to our tree view, right? We can select it, but we haven't included the functionality for selecting these items. So let's add the functionality for selecting. Now after these two lines of code where we have declared the input box, just go below that and write here if tree view 1, which is my tree view, dot selected node is nothing, then what I will do is, if something is not selected, then I will add a new node to the tree view. Otherwise what I will do, else I will write else I will add a sub node or child to the selected node, right? So I will write tree view 1 dot selected node, which is the node we have selected, dot nodes dot add. Okay, and now we will pass the same to n variable, which is the string form from the input box, right? And now when I run my program, I can add names or nodes as usual. Second name and the third name, but I can add a subnode now. When I select any item or any node from here, for example, I'm selecting this first name, which is Mark, and now when I add a node, Mark is a boy, for example. So you can see it has created a child to your node. Okay, now I want to add a child to this subnode also. Then I will say 15 years. Okay, so when you select some node, it's adding a child to that node once again, right? So now you know how to select and how to add a subchild to your tree view. Now for example, you want to add some image to your tree view, so I will show you how to add images to your tree view nodes. What you need to do is just select, or not select, but go to your toolbox, and we will use image container or image box or image list from our toolbox. Search for the image list. Okay, this is the image list. Drag and drop into your form, and you will notice this image list goes down below here. What we will do is we will just click this small triangle button from here, and we will say choose images. Okay, and in here we can choose images. So what we need to do, just click this add button, and whatever image you want to choose in the list of image. So when we drag and drop image list, we can choose a list of image and contain this list of image in this image list, right? For example, I choose 1, 2, 3 and 4 images right now, and I click open, and you see all the 4 images are there in my image list. And if you see it carefully, we have the number assigned for these images. These are called index of the image list, right? First image has index 0, second has 1, third has 2, and fourth has 3. Okay, now just click OK, and you can set the image size from here also. So you see here, image size right now is 16 by 16, which is a smaller version of images. Let's make them bigger, for example 32 by 32, so we will be able to see the images better. Or let's make it 64 to make the images more bigger. 64 by 64. Okay, so now you have set that. You can also set the depth of the images, which I'm leaving as default. And now we have the images in the image list. Now what we need to do is select your tree view and go to the image collection property. Okay, we have this image list here. When we select this tree view, right? So we have image list. We select the image list 1, which is this image list in which we have the images, right? And so now we have the image list in our tree view. Let's see once again. Okay, we have the image list, right? And we have the index for the images which we know. Now once again I will click this add node button, and in here what I just need to do is I need to add extra argument to the node. So just when you have TreeView1.node.add, and after these two this key and this text, we will make one more argument as image index. As you remember, image index 0, 1, 2, 3, right? So I will give the image index 0 and comma selected image index. So fourth argument is the selected image index, which is 1. So this will show the image number 0 and this will show the image number 1, right? Okay. Here also in the selected image I will add 0 comma 1. Okay. Now when I run the program once again and I want to add a node, once again you have this image and you have this name mark. Once again some other name, you have second name, but when you select any of the node, the image changes. So this is index number 0 which is not selected, and this is index number 1 for the image which is selected, right? Let's add one more node, and the same phenomena will occur for this also, right? So whenever you choose some image, it changes according to the selection. Okay. Now for example, you want to use all the images which is there in the image list one by one. So what I will do is, once again I will go to this button, double click it. We have this code already. I will declare outside this method for button click, just below this class form1, I will declare dim I as integer is equal to 0. Okay. So I have declared a variable I which is integer, and we will loop this integer in a loop. Okay, so I will write here I is equal to, in the brackets, I plus 1, which will loop my images, and I will say mod 4 because I have 4 images, so it will loop every 4 images, right? And this I will replace it with these index 0 and 1. So I will say I here, I here, I will go here, and I will also go here. Okay. So what I have done, I have declared this integer, and I'm looping this integer one by one in the loop of 4, and I just replace this index of the image by this integer. Once again I will run my program, add some node, and once again add some node, and once again add some node, and once again add some node. Okay, so you see whatever images I have selected, these all 4 images are different, but when I now add one more images, it will start looping the earlier image. So this first image and this last image is same because we only have 4 images, and it's start looping once again, right? So now when we add, it will add the second image, this image, and this image will be same, right? This image. Okay. Or when we add a next image, because we have selected this node, it will add the next image here. So in this way you can loop your images also. So I think you have now understood how to use TreeView basically with your Visual Basic Windows Form application. I hope you have learned something new this time. Please rate, comment and subscribe, and bye for now.